Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, we're 1 o'clock. Let's start. So you're welcome to the Midweek Soothe. I'm Nahid, in case you don't know me, and I hold these every week. And every now and then I throw them open for free subscribers. So thank you for subscribing. But if you come and join as a paid subscriber, you get to join every single week, and you also get the replay, which then gets put into an archive, so you get to access that at any given time. And what I thought I'd do on the midweek Suze is just give you a chance to interrupt whatever patterns you've gotten into. So, maybe you've been focused on your laptop all day long or whatever device you use. Maybe you've just been in very deep focus. Maybe you've been sitting still for a really long time. I went to bed stupidly late. Don't ask me why. And so today's a bit of a disaster. So I could do with a bit of a soothe as well. So please, can you come to lie on the ground and have your knees bent? And as you lie on the ground, just have a little check in with how you are right now. So we always have a check in at the beginning. How are you feeling? And you don't have to have too much emotion around that. You just have to kind of sense, are you feeling tired? Are you feeling heavy? Does it really feel like the midweek? Where you're just you've gone a bit too hard at the beginning of the week. Just kind of assess where you are and assess it in your body, like where feels heavy, where feels light, where feels like it's moving really well with your breath. And in these sessions, if you can, please could you breathe in and out through your nostrils? And once you've got a good measure of where you are, if your knees aren't bent already, please bend your knees so you're standing into your feet and your knees point upwards. And then check out the heaviness of the head and where on the back of the head you could sense the floor, and just sense into what your neck feels like. And does it feel long? Does it feel compressed? Does it feel tight? And then go to your shoulder blades and the width across your shoulders. How does that feel today? Does it feel very broad? Does it feel heavy? Does one side feel heavier than the other? Your brain learns by making comparisons. It's kind of like, what does this feel like compared to this? Or what is this experience like compared to an experience I already know? And this is where we interrupt that a little bit and just kind of go, is this true? What am I feeling? And let's get a bit curious about why I'm feeling that. You're breathing in and out through the nostrils, your lips are closed, but your lower jaw's dropped away. Your eyes closed is always quite a nice place to be because you're taking in less stimulation. So you're taking out your visual system, and that just allows all of the other senses to kind of be more apparent. And then from here, you're going to let's take the right hand. You're going to place your right hand on your forehead, kind of above the eyebrows or on the eyebrows and above. You kind of want to have this nice upwards movement through the hand so you're not kind of pushing down through your brow. Eyes are still closed. And just you've got this really nice kind of soft hand, and let the bones of your hand form around the bones of your skull. Let your eyes close. And just breathe in and out. Get used to the hand bones connecting to the forehead bones or bones of your skull. And then very slowly, using the heel of the hand, start to roll your head a little bit towards the left. So it's the right hand on the forehead. Roll it a bit to the left, and then really slowly bring it back again. So you're slowly going to roll the head to the left, and then you bring it back again. Now, I could do this in the way that I've just got my hand on my head, but I'm still using my neck. Can you see the different movement there? Yeah. But you want to connect the hand bones to the front of the head, and to the back of the head, you're connecting to the floor. And it's these two surfaces, if you like, that kind of sense the head rolling in between. So if I was on the floor, it's that kind of movement, almost like you had your hands around a football and you're kind of doing that. It's that kind of movement. Does that make sense? So it's kind of a really easy rolling, but you're really connecting to the weight of the skull. So you're not resisting with the skull, but it's kind of like, imagine it's like a cannonball and it's super heavy, and you can roll it because it's round, it's spherical, and it will respond. It'll respond to your hand if you rolled it because it's not flat. It's that kind of quality that you're looking for. Because if I use my neck, it's a totally different thing. And what this allows you to do is it allows you to move through the skull and the bones, and it allows your neck muscles to get a little bit quieter. The neck muscles get very busy, and this is a great way of quietening those neck muscles. And it's such a good little restoration from a morning of focus. I use this one a lot. So your eyes are closed, but notice how your eyeballs, if you let them, notice how your eyeballs also roll in your head so that the eyeballs freely roll. And the more you can let them go, because if you've been looking fixed at your screen all morning, then the eyes stay really fixed. Now, your eyeballs are part of your brain, they just got squished out. So, closing your eyes is very restorative, and letting the eyeballs move away from that fixed focus state that you've had it in possibly all morning is a great thing to do. And this lesson will help you to do that. Next time you come back to the middle, let that go, let the arm come down. Mhm. Let the arm come down and just release from that. And you could, if you like, slide one leg away, slide the other leg away so that you can see how you lie on the floor now. And notice if there's something about the forehead that just feels a bit soothed and kind of wider or more known to you. There's something about the eyes, having closed them for a bit, if they feel a bit fresher, lighter. So notice if your breathing feels at all different. So we're sensing for the small, subtle signals that tell us that we've shifted state in some way. All right, let's try that with the other hand. So bend your knees one at a time, stand into your feet, take your left hand, and you're going to have your thumb close to your rest of your fingers. But let your left hand onto your forehead and just spend a few breaths letting the bones of the hand connect with the bones of the skull. And then very slowly roll your head to the right this time and bring it back. Roll your head to the right and bring it back. Roll your head to the right. And again, having that heaviness and that connection of hand and back of your head. Great stuff. And it's kind of the heel of the hand that starts the movement off. And then it sort of drags your skin a bit, and then the bones all catch up with each other, and then you've got that nice movement. You're not going so fast, so don't follow my movement because I'm teaching. I'm not actually sensing, even though I'm sensing a bit, but I'm not in pure sensing mode. But just notice the connection of hand, skull, back of skull, floor, and the relationship of those things. And let your eyeballs roll. And you can, of course, rest more than I'm giving you, but we will have a little rest now. You bring the head back, you let the hand come away, and you just release from that. Let your legs be long and just kind of notice how you feel. And even, in a few minutes, you might notice a change of state. I instantly do. I just, even though I'm not really doing it properly, I just feel a lot calmer around my face and my forehead, and just closing my eyes just made me feel instantly soothed. Okay, so we're going to go to the right hand again. So bend your knees, stand into your feet, take your right hand on your forehead, let your eyes close, let your lower jaw drop away. You're breathing in and out through the nostrils. And then roll your head a little bit to the left. And then use those fingers to connect to the skull and bring it back to the middle. And do that a few times. And now what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to take your eyeballs in opposition. The eyes are closed. So as you roll your head to the left, could you match that pace, that speed, and roll your eyeballs to the right and then bring it back? So the head rolls to the left and the eyeballs gently roll to the right. And bring it back. And you roll your head to the left, the eyeballs gently to the right, and you bring it back. Now, what you don't want to do, I'm going to do it with my eyes open to show you what you don't want to do. You don't want to kind of suddenly do that and then move, and then, there's a real disconnect between eyeballs going in opposite because you're trying to stretch them quickly. There's a relationship between the rolling of the head to the left and the eyeballs gently rolling to the right. And when the movement gets a bit more complex, which it is when you're going in opposition and you're trying to separate the movement of the eyes from the head, which isn't what we normally do. So it's complex. It needs focus and your brain's attention. But when we do that, then a good strategy is to reduce your range, reduce your ambition in this, so that when you have one movement of everything going in the same direction, it's not such a demand on your system, so potentially is easier, right? But when you're moving in opposition, these two parts that generally move together, then reduce your range and go really slowly, and please keep breathing. And the idea is, can you do this so that not one of those movements is kind of the overriding effort you're making or overriding sensation? They all have the similar kind of tonal quality. Okay, next time you come back to the middle, let your eyeballs go with the head in the same direction to the left, and then gently bring it back. And when you come back, let it go. Let your legs be long, let your arms be long, and just notice how it feels to be lying on the floor again. And notice there's some kind of space that you've made in your face and behind your eyes. There's kind of maybe the muscles around your eyes don't feel so tight. So it doesn't take long to feel something straight away. And then, of course, we build on it. It's this constant, habit. We make this into our habit where we're disrupting our old habits so that we can be a bit more intentional about how we want to be every day and throughout the day. All right, take your left hand on top of your forehead, bend your knees one at a time, let your feet stand into the floor. And just let the bones of the hand connect with the bones of the skull, first of all. And as you roll your head to the left, let your eyeballs roll with you, and then they come back, and they roll, and they come back, and they roll, and they come back. And then the next time you take your head to the right, let your eyeballs go to the left. Now, this is my trickier side. So you might find that you meet the side that isn't so willing to play, but that's okay. Rather than force it, could you please get really curious about how is it moving differently? Um, what's the left eyeball doing compared to the right eyeball? And could you adjust your behavior? Could you adjust the speed and the care, the effort that you're making, could you adjust that to accommodate this side, the eyeballs rolling in opposition to the head? So the head's going left, the eyeballs are gently going right. And we don't want to stretch. We don't want to have this sudden like I kind of call it an emotional cul-de-sac where you force yourself into a corner and then you've got no options left because you're backed up. So you don't want to get there. Kind of feel that's the state we normally live in. Okay. And then the next time you take your head to the left, could you let your head to the right, could you let your eyes go to the right as well? Really easily, gently. Mm, nice. And then come back to the middle, let the hand come down, let your legs slide away one by one. And then notice what's changed. It might be that you're on a different part of your head on the floor. It might be that you bring your eyelids together more lightly. It might feel like your eyeballs have dropped into your skull a bit more. Maybe your resting jaw position has changed. Well done. From there, you can bend your knees, roll over to one side, and come up to sit. And then from sitting, you can go and get on. But I'd love it if you left one word for how you feel now. Did you notice anything? Did your state shift at all? I'd love to know. And so know that I offer these midweek Soothe sessions every Wednesday, apart from the week that we meet live for a much longer session, much calmer, Susan. Yeah, me too. And I was teaching it. And it's always such a good reminder, because I'm rather tired today. My fault, went to bed far too late. I really don't know why. It happens sometimes. But that was a really good reminder for me that I need to just bring myself down a bit and maybe not have so many demands today because, I'm able to do that. I'm able to do that in my day, but I'm going to also go and have a lie down and do a little bit of movement, gentle movement. Isabel, feel more centered. Yeah, lovely. Great. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next week. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.